So are there any gentlemen's agreements to this match, or actually, there are
Landing site, starting
one.
location. No, that's the wrong one. Final bosses are disabled. My bad.
Right. Okay, and I believe that
So
was it,
otherwise,
right?
yeah, that's it.
Cool.
Pretty straightforward. We've been seeing a lot of that this tournament already.
Yeah, half of the matches this week that have been scheduled so far have been final bosses disabled.
Yep. All right. Oh, Pandora off. I guess they didn't get Violet first thing.
Surprising.
Violet has to always be one of the first two items that you get here.
Missiles are a nice start, though. It's there are so many missile expansions in the game, so you're pretty likely to get them. But it's either junk or violet.
Yeah. We'll make this fight a little bit faster, which is nice.
Yeah, that's the best junk to get. Well, actually, no. Power bombs would be the best junk to get. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Missiles ain't bad. Missiles is what the players are used to if they play with ship start.
Yep. Not a lot to say here, unfortunately. The problem with starting in main engine controller is that you basically always have to sit through a vanilla Dark Alpha Splinter fight, or even sub-vanilla, where you don't even have missiles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, although conveniently there is a strat where you just let the dark shot, the dark spittle of Dark Alpha Splinter, whatever you want to call it, whatever is more pleasant. You take a hit there, like as you're firing the charge beam, and you get that recoil that Gollop just got. I guess you could walk into it sometimes, and that works. And then that lets you charge the beam sooner for some reason. It just
Huh.
decides to skip the cooldown.
Interesting. And there's our Violet. They'll warp to start at some point and get the hint in main energy controller. That's Space Jump, I believe. Yep, that is
Yeah.
Space Jump. So they'll be back here for that.
You ever wonder what the bottom of an avatar's shoe looks like? Boom. There you go.
So for the record, I did not make this. Reed has made most of the round 2 seeds. I originally made them, and then I realized I genned off the wrong version. And Reed replaced them all.
2.4.1?
I used 2.3.
Oh.
Even better. First item was missile expansion. Then they got Violet, and Space Jump is in the what's it? Transport tunnel, transport access B. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty unlucky. Those particular crates right next to the missile door have a higher chance to drop missiles, I believe.
Oh no.
So normally, when you're low on when you're out of ammo, the game will have an 80% chance to drop whatever you need. But unfortunately, for missiles specifically, that only kicks in when you have a maximum of 10 or more.
Yeah, that's why the second missile expansion is still pretty valuable. So you don't have to deal with this. I can't believe Prime 1 RNG decided the race already. And there's bombs, so now they can get Space Jump. I feel like, yeah, I'm sure they're going to turn around. Or not. Amber is in Portal Access, so that's going to be some nice early hints.
Yeah, I'm a little torn on whether or not to clean up Temple Grounds a little more, or just wait until you fight Bomb Guardian and Jump Guardian, because the Metroid Prime 2 Echoes for the Nintendo GameCube, published by Nintendo, developed by Retro Studios, is a game with a lot of arbitrary triggers, and Bomb Guardian will allow them to fight and get the item from Dark Missile Trooper, and Jump Guardian will allow them to actually get the item to spawn on top of the ship at GFMC compound. So
Yeah, that's fair enough.
They may want to just fight those bosses before ever returning.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess the way I was thinking, I would end up wanting to go through all of all of Aegon, like into labs, but this might work out too. There is Spider Ball.
Yeah, it's kind of a toss-up whether it's beneficial to just save it for later or if it's actually important progression in Hive Chamber B, for example.
Hmm. Well, that's an interesting location of Spider. Pretty early. Did they look at the item on Mining Station A yet? That doesn't look. That
Looking
looks
at it
like a
now.
missile expansion.
Yeah.
And here comes Amber. It's really nice getting this item early. Hints are very strong. In this rando, just knowing that you don't have to fight bosses is good, or that you do have to fight
Right.
bosses, and you need to look out for like Annihilator Beam. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, that early spider ball indicates immediately to me that there's probably something in uh, what's it called?
Junction
Junction
site.
site. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be. It's in
Seeker
logic right
launcher
now.
at GFMC. Oh yeah, it's worth
Nice.
keeping in mind that they don't have logical missiles yet. Missiles and power bombs are only in logic once you find and pick up the main item. And they've only seen expansions so far.
It's a
Movement
good
system in
point.
Dark Aegon ways, so that could be grapple beam, screw attack, or boost, or gravity boost.
Maybe Junction site has a missile launcher.
Yeah, I've seen it before, and it's real good.
Because
I
you
think,
actually can't get GFMC right now logically because there's no way out.
yeah,
You can go to the save station and you could save warp, but
but that's
logic
not
doesn't
logic.
account for
Yeah,
save warping.
we already have a real route divergence here. Gollop went to Bomb Guardian while Interslice is opting to go into Dark Aegon already. Um, Also, one of the things with 2.4 is that Darkseer changed logical missiles. When Require mains weren't on, it used to be that Seeker Launcher could be considered as your first missiles. Now that is no longer the case, and it's Missile Launcher that is always going to be your first logical missiles.
So it was 2.4?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember I was pretty sure that was the thing in 2.3, but or I was pretty sure seekers were valid in 2.3, but that's good to know. That's really important to know actually. Or somewhat important to know. I guess you could always just ignore logic if you want.
I think we just saw that hint last race in that spot. Hey, Sonic Boom.
Placement RNG is the thing.
You'd be surprised, Asder. Even though Emerald can take a long time to show up, even if you have progression in GFMC or the save station. Just always going to show off a nice little bomb jump to climb up here. Now, this next part is a little sketchy with no E, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, that's the entire thing. You're under a lot of pressure there when you don't have any suits or E-tanks to make that jump. Oh, Gall found main PBs. Oh, nice. Was that on a Bomb Guardian?
That is 20% chance to not get a full drop there for Interslice.
Wow,
So we
Interslice is having some awful drop
wow.
RNG.
Is there a drop on the field already, perhaps? Because if there's a
Maybe.
drop on the field, it is considered part of your health pool. If
It's
you're technically able to pick up more energy just lying out, it assumes you already have it. Hmm.
ooh, vanilla? Vanilla Dark Aegon key. I think that's supposed to be Dark Aegon 1, but that is an Aegon key in the broom closet in vanilla.
Yeah, it's always scary when you find three of them, but it technically doesn't mean anything. It's just that the logic will place three Aegon keys somewhere, and you're probably gonna pick them up.
Yeah.
But it always makes you think, like maybe I am supposed to go to a Morbus right now.
And like 50% of the time, that actually is correct. Morbus, at least last tournament, had something half the time.
It was
Literally half the time.
oh yeah, it was. I think it was both the Morbus and uh, Dynamo Works,
Yeah.
Spider Guardian.
We haven't been seeing that so much at this tournament. But it's happened.
This tournament has been all about Underground Tunnel.
Anyways, oh yeah, by the way, Interslice is shooting nothing to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
And rip nothing. So that, picking up the item here will unlock GFMC ship. And nothing impressive, but it's an item. Dark Beam for Incash 4? No. Oh, wow. So that's a logical way out of GFMC right there.
Ooh, that's very nice. That's very good to have. No space jump, but it actually, yeah. Without space jump, that's not a logical way out of
But Space
GFMC
Jump
quite
is
yet.
in Transport, Great Temple Transport B access, so it's
Right.
fully
Okay.
obtainable.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. So screw attack is actually uh, one of the underrated items, even without space jump, because it actually has quite a few uses. There are several
What are
rooms in
these?
Aegon and in Sanctuary that you can.
What are these drops for Interslice?
Okay, well, there's a gold drop. All right.
Wow.
So yeah, there are several rooms that you can actually use screw attack just to cross like high areas and like big gaps and stuff. A lot of times, it's not useful at all. It just depends on where you are relative to the z equals 0 axis.
Yeah, like in Upper Sanctuary, it's very useful without Space Jump because coincidentally, Screw Attack, the Z equals 0 is level with Vault where you pick up Screw Attack, and that lets you use it in like um, Sank Temple, Watch Station access, quite a few places.
Nice.
Nice Annihilator, by the way. Gollop will probably save Warp once he finishes up with Jump Guardian. Um, they
We'll
finish
probably
up.
pick up Annihilator first,
Oh
I
yeah,
would
right.
guess.
Interslice will do Bomb Guardian first. I think I like Gollop's routing a little more because Gollop once Gollop is done with their checks, they'll be a lot closer to a save station than Interslice, but it's small change at this point right now. Seeker launcher, right? That actually was so pixelated on the restreamer watching or the commentary stream that I legitimately thought it said spider launcher for a little bit.
Oh wow. Classic spider launcher.
Throw spiders at enemies. If they're afraid of spiders, you just win on the spot.
Yeah.
Now I'm just thinking of Pathfinder story and friend's vulnerability to egg story, but that's complete nonsense.
Yeah, the spider launcher is required to use spider beam. Unless you have the charge beam, then you can charge it up to fire a regular spider. don't know how that makes sense, but
Don't
we'll
worry
go
about
with
it.
it.
The Bomb Guardian can be pretty rude sometimes. Um,
Sure can. Yeah, every once in a while, it's easy to just do a partial charge because you have to wait like a little bit after the beam is like fully expanded to get the full 50 damage from it. It actually scales up as you're charging. I think it starts at like 20 and then just goes up the longer you
yeah,
charge.
yeah. So Interslice, wow. No, wait, no, this is right. So Interslice, after coming out of the Bomb Guardian cutscene, somehow had the letterboxing, morph ball letterboxing still. Fixed now. It's fixed now, but
Nice.
very strange. Very
Yeah,
echoes.
that'll happen if you're on top of the item when the cutscene happens, because it's supposed to teleport you away, but
Oh,
it
right,
skips the
right.
teleport if you just pick it up immediately.
Call finding another Dark Aegon key in communication area. Going straight for GFMC to get those Seekers.
I think it also happens on Boost Guardian, but unfortunately with Boost Guardian, you don't get the text saying what you got, so you just kind of have to figure it out.
Yeah, I've done it before, and it's really annoying. Seekers were on upper GFMC.
Nice.
So the play of waiting to get Space Jump paid off. Oh yeah, Wind Chamber entryway is in Logic as well.
A little surprised Gollop's not going. Did Gollop already get the hint?
No Emerald. That's an Emerald Gate because vanilla colors.
Right.
I personally prefer playing with vanilla colors, honestly. And I guess enough people in the tournament do as well, but last year was pretty overwhelmingly vanilla actual, which in vanilla that looks like an Emerald Gate, but it's actually a Violet Gate. Same with the one in Meeting Grounds, which looks like an Amber, but is actually Violet.
Also,
Oh yeah,
random
Gala.
trivia: in Sanctuary Temple, there's a Cobalt Gate, but on the back side of the gate, it's colored violet. I'm not sure if it's actually violet or not.
I'm pretty certain that is actually Cobalt. Also, Gollop did not check the Ing Reliquary end, apparently. Gollop has mentioned in the past that they think Ing Reliquary just isn't worth checking. If it's like usually if it's something, it's a Sky Temple key, and you just find that out from Sky Temple Gateway, anyways.
Yeah, I
And
rarely see actual progression other than STKs up there.
yeah,
I
though it
think
is
I've
funny
once
that
seen
when
supers.
yeah, but at the time I saw Gollop say that they qualified that by saying that they had supers twice there recently at that time. But in general, I do agree. I still would check it because it's not that far out of the way. But Gollop is right that it is very rarely anything. See, like their
Speed
misrelated
related?
upgrade,
Missile related, okay.
it's nothing. What was under the safe station?
I didn't catch that.
Interslice. We'll see in a moment.
You would have gotten it if it was something.
Oh, it was the last Aegon key. Oh,
Oh, did he actually get it?
yeah. No, man. Gollop has all
Oh,
three keys. Aegon keys.
oh, whoops. Okay. Well,
Spooky.
I guess he got it because, yeah, it wasn't important.
We're gonna end up. Gollop will go to Hive Chambers A and B before heading back to Aegon. We're gonna get to see Mining Plaza. Mining Plaza is a check that scares me a lot. It's because I seem to get it too often.
Yikes. Guess you'll have to gentleman's agree to infinite speed that.
Meh.
Yeah, I had light suit there in my seed.
Oh no, was it required?
It was not.
Oh, that's good.
Wound up doing dark suit 180 tank final bosses instead.
Oh! Oh, there was that seed. Oh, jeez. Madman.
It turns out Echo was in Vault, and I never set foot in Sanctuary at all.
Oh, yep. I don't think your opponent did either. I didn't catch the entire race.
They passed through to get to Aegon, but
Ah, right.
they didn't really get anything they needed there. Apparently, Gravity Boost was in main research, but they had
Also, I just
already left
noticed
Lower Torvis.
Interslice is going for this item.
Interesting.
I don't actually know. I'm not sure what's in there. We'll see it on the way back. Hive Chamber A. Energy tank, always welcome.
E tank, yeah, I'd definitely consider it if I had 0 still.
Oh, it's an E tank. Ah, yeah, fair. There is actually a much easier slope jump into screw attack you can do to end up on the same standable spot. Downside is if you fail it, you soft lock. Well, if you fail in a certain way, you soft lock. The easy answer to that is just aim right. Ooh, nice Echo Visor. In Hive Chamber B.
That'll give them access to Mining Plaza.
Yeah, it sure will. 20 minutes in, though, being the first E-Tank, I think that's a record. The fastest E-Tank we found in these round 2 seeds. Or fastest first E-Tank. Actually, Profane Path is probably in Logic 2 now that I think about it. With that Annihilator they found. The last Aegon key... True, the last Aegon key isn't in Logic. They either need Dark Visor Seekers or Emerald to get out from there. But it is worth keeping in mind. That is something.
Sky Temple key? I'm not sure.
Echo Visor is 4 rooms away from an E-Tank. Okay.
Well, if you need an 8 tank, you'll know it's 4 rooms away from Echo.
It is an SDK in Mining Plaza, the chat is saying. Okay, wow.
Does that mean Hall of Honor Dead is an E tank?
I think it's Hive Chamber A.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Hall of Honor Dead is 5 rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5 rooms.
Oh, Gollop didn't pick up Annihilator. Oh. Well, there we go.
Surprising.
Yeah, they just warped to start directly from Dark Aegon.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think that E tank is enough to logically put Phazon grounds in Logic. Although they would need to find Dark Visor there or Emerald.
Yeah, I think it's Profane Path personally.
Right. Okay, that is also an option. Yeah.
Still, I would want to put it off for till I at least had another E-Tank. Given that Profane Path is a bit of a finicky check with the Dark Pirate Commandos eating your Annihilator shots. Now, why is Gollop back here? Oh, he's just gonna do a Morbus. Okay.
All right, fair enough.
Not in logic yet, but probably assume that Dirk or Emerald are somewhere obtainable. I mean, they have to do this anyways. And they're also just gambling on the coin flip that Morbus has something.
It's also
All
a
right
good
there.
point. Golub tends to try to follow logic in his runs. So it's interesting that he's opting to do this before Emerald and
Mm-hmm.
or Dark Visor.
Also, Gollop showing off that he can use Seekers to speed this up significantly.
Yeah, Kirby Master is a huge advocate for using Seeker Launcher for combat, especially on a Morbus.
Yeah, the advantage here is that you can lock on while the worms are in the ground and queue up all 5 missiles. And the Morbus drops scads of missiles, so you don't have to worry about running out at all.
Yeah, I feel it's even more effective than Light Beam just because of those drops. Because when you get Light Beam, you only get 50 ammo, and that's a little bit shy of all you need for all the Amor buy.
Yeah, you need like
Let's get
60 ammo to use light beam if you don't waste any shots. So light beam and expansion, but you can like use missiles on the first worm or something.
So Amorbus is out of logic because one of the Aegon Temple keys was below the save station in Great Temple, which is locked off by Emerald or a way out of
Sacred
Sacred Path.
Bridge.
Sacred Bridge, yeah.
Yeah.
So they'll need either Dark Visor or Emerald to put that in logic. It's a really unique case, I think,
Yeah.
because it's a totally one-way path.
Griever. Gollop saw Mining Plaza. That has a Sky Temple key. And in order to do Mining Plaza, you need to return the Aegon energy, which means fighting Grave Worms. Also, yeah, something we won't be seeing this fight, I believe. But Amorbus has a Rave attack, as we like to call it. It's very rude. You can't damage Amorbus at all while it's doing that, or stun it at all. But if you just stand in front of the worms while in this phase, the worm head will just swipe at you, and the worms can't rave.
That's a little tricky to pull off without taking damage, because when
Yeah.
they hit you, you flinch and you lose the lock on. So
Nice dark beam though.
wow, I've
So
seen that
this,
there before.
yeah. I that was my last race, my first tournament race actually.
Really, that's the third time this tournament, at least.
Apparently,
Holy crap, dude!
Interslice just starting the fight now. To be fair, if you have Mining Plaza, it's also good for Morbus to have an item too. So if you're already gonna have to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it feels bad when a Morbus has nothing, but you still need it for the mining plaza.
Yep. And now Gollop can also check in cache 4 while they're here, which is really nice.
Yeah, unfortunately, after collecting the energy, they now get this red dark Aegon layer, and like there are more enemies leading like on the way to the portal because of it as well.
Yep.
They'll have to dodge or kill the pirates in portal terminal. But luckily, they're scripted to always walk into the safe zone.
Really? Huh.
So if you just annihilator shot it or light beam shot it, they'll just all seppuku into it.
Gollop probably won't return the Aegon energy immediately. Not really a point to. Well, they might do it if they go by mine shaft. They could. I feel like the better play though is to go into labs currently.
Pirates are kind of interesting in general. Most of the pirates, I feel like a lot of the pirates I see in the game have scripted AI movement.
Yeah,
Like
I feel like
the
a lot of
first one you
them.
see, it just jumps onto the wall and does nothing, and then jumps back.
Yeah, I think a lot of the pirates. Yeah, a lot of the pirates have a script for when you add the initial or when you start the encounter with them. Jump on a wall, jump over something. Um,
Run down into the safe zone and die. There's a lot of those in Prime 1 as well. One of them just jumps through the glass and instantly suicides.
well, he's not supposed to die. He only dies because the Metroid is still alive.
Ah.
Yeah, what's supposed to happen in vanilla is you walk into Research Lab Aether, watch the cutscene of the Metroid in the tank, kill that Metroid, and then Edward will jump through the glass and start shooting at you. Did Interslice just get an instant on Morph?
Maybe. It can happen from time to time.
Huh, I've never seen it before in
A
that
lot of
room.
times when rooms have scripted camera effects, there may be ways to get instant unmorphs just to gain control immediately instead of having to sit through the. I want to say it's like a 23 frame animation.
Worth noting that screw attack is the second fastest way to go. Oh, that's light beam. Hi there. In
Nice.
mineshaft. Yeah, screw attack is the
Always something
second
in mineshaft.
fastest way to get about that isn't a boost ball.
Well, grapple beam is faster, I believe,
Oh, right.
and of course, scan dashing.
Right.
Although
But
scan
if
dashing is significantly less powerful than Prime 1 scan dashing.
yep, addition of a sideways speed cap will do that. Oh yeah, mining station B is in logic too. Looks like missiles are maybe light ammo.
Is it in logic with I? Yeah, I guess with space jump it is. Hey, cannonball.
Ooh, cannonball. So this is a nice little boost substitute they have now.
Mm-hmm.
For those who don't know, when you take kinetic orb cannons in this game, oh, there's supers probably in battlegrounds. That's a good place for them. Yeah, when you take kinetic orb cannons, like the one Gollop is not taking, you're given a temporary item called Cannonball. Makes you invulnerable to damage, instantly gibs certain enemies, lets you use Boost Ball for some reason. Um,
Sure,
it's
why
supposed to
not?
be taken away at the end of the cannon. Uh, but there are ways to keep it in vanilla by having the room you're out of bounds, like in Worker's Path, for example. In Randomizer, you can just opt to shuffle it in. Bonk. There's an invisible wall there because echoes.
A good point in chat. it's so much like Blue Suit and Super, I wonder if they'll eventually add Blue Suit as an item. Probably not. They would have to script in a totally separate item. Cannonball actually is programmed as an item in Echoes, so it was pretty easy to implement.
Yeah. Also, yeah, shout outs to my race. Light Beam was behind Amorbis as well in my seed. Pretty good content. Well, Gollop has all beams, and Interslice won't be that far behind, I hope. Oh, interesting that Gollop or Interslice also went for the Amorbis play. I just realized. Um, I guess they thought the same thing. Hopefully, Interslice will also go ahead and return the energy now. Still, haven't seen Dark or Emerald, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were in Profane Path. Yep, Lightning Strike Mart. We had a required Amorbis for Dark Beam, and Light Beam was locked behind it, directly behind it as well.
And Sky Temple Key, we believe, is in Mining Plaza.
Yep. Oh, there's Dark.
Yeah,
that
I believe that puts some Orbis in Logic.
No, I'm pretty certain that's locked by. Yeah, that's locked by Amorbis. Unless you can
power bombs.
No. Getting Light Beam, that was directly behind Dark Beam.
Right.
So if and you can't get into Sank entrance. And they can't get into Sank entrance without that Dark Beam to potentially get to the elevator here. So that must mean it's Emerald that they need to get the key. And that's probably in Profane Path. I've seen that before.
Nice. Yeah, I guess Emerald could be pretty much anywhere. So Interslice picking up his cannonball, he's going to want to avoid taking the cannon as well. They're, I think they both generally do the slope jump. Just slope jump with a screw attack to get up high enough to get on the platform is pretty easy. But there are some bars in the back of the room, just kind of tucked away in a corner, that you could actually jump on top of and get an easy space jump on over to the ledge as well.
Gollop opting to check Spider's Treasure is so called because it tends to have at least one item usually. Sometimes three. Mm-hmm. And there are just three checks that are very dense next to each other. Only an E-Tank so far, but an E-Tank at this point is good.
Of course they have Cannonball. They're not worried about anything.
Yeah. I don't know what that was in Calling Chamber, but doesn't look too important. Dark Fires was in Sand Canyon, which Interslice is about to get. Now, this is pretty funny. Gollop and Interslice have taken basically the exact same route, except they did, other than Dark Aegon, doing Dark Aegon and Aegon reverse in opposite order, they've basically done the same thing. Well, whatever Calling Chamber was, Gollop wasn't interested, so rip.
Okay, he's not opting to pick up that power bomb refill.
Oh.
Honestly, like, he has one power bomb. If he had 0 power bombs, he would probably pick it up. But like, once he uses his power bomb, he'll probably immediately get another power bomb. So like, being on 1 is basically the same as being on 2.
Okay, we've actually had a route divergence. Interslice went, I guess, forgot to return the Aegon energy. Went back to do that. Don't know if they're gonna go into Spider's Treasure this time. I don't know what Interslice does with that.
This might have actually been a cleaner route. So since they went to the dark door first, then to the back door, and then to the light door. Would have been a couple seconds faster.
No, what Interslice did was they did they got light beam, then they went Sand Canyon, then they went back for the return of the energy.
Oh,
Dark Samus 1 just guarding Power Bomb expansion. Interslice could make up some.
did Gollop check main reactor? Or, oh, he just didn't get the expansion.
What do you mean?
You said Dark Samus 1 was guarding a power bomb expansion. Was that in storage D or in
That
main
was
reactor
Storage
itself?
D.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like Gollop didn't take too close of a look at everything else. I guess what Gollop will do Dark Labs and
Don't boost through that tunnel, Gollop. It's
yeah, that tunnel was janky.
it's tempting, but because of the half pipe physics, I think it extends into that tunnel at least part way, so it just screws with your physics a bit.
Yeah.
I always
And
try to
another D.
wiggle because it always stops me like halfway through.
Herb that quad. Interslice just happened to tap it on the way through, and quads are weak to cannonball.
That's why you should always signal on the roads.
That is right, Azure. Because they both have cannonball. Yeah, I think that just that half pipe tunnel, or that tunnel, excuse me, is just bad.
Oh, I guess that's a good point. It would be different physics.
Oh, yeah, ooh, Sky Temple Key. I'm expecting Gollop to go to Dark Aegon before clearing God Lab, since they have the hint for supers, well, a charge combo in Battleground. But that's I'm pretty certain that has to be supers. Then nice dark suit. In rare circumstances, that can refer to like a sunburst to open up Hive Gyro Chamber from behind, or Hive Gyro access. But I think on these settings, it almost definitely has to be charge or super missiles. Gollop didn't go to Dark World though, so they won't be checking Storage C.
Echoes was a Smash game all along. Well, apparently it has wave dashing, so.
Oh no. Gollop using the door to obliterate that Metroid.
Interslice using a power bomb to obliterate a different Metroid. But he gets one right back in here.
Can't believe they added that. I mean, this is actually just Smash, right? Samus vs. Dark Samus. Weird level though. I guess the Smash community is pretty good at creating custom levels.
Yeah, they were probably gonna add Ridley into Echoes, but we figured it was probably too big. It would never fit in the stages. I just kind of wish Metroid 1 Ridley was in Smash.
That'd be pretty good.
Adorable. It's got Dumble Key for Gollop.
That's the second one we've seen, I think. First one we picked up.
every once in a while I'll be playing Metroid and someone will pop in and they'll be like, "What's that? Is that Kraid?" I'm like, "No, that's Ridley. Can't you tell it has wings?"
Why can't Kraid crawl?
Oh boy. Oh, the hardest boss in the freaking game. It's basically a tank is Kraid.
Oh. Yeah, the farthest I've ever gotten to Metroid 1 is the first vertical room, then I'm like, this sucks. I'm done.
Accurate.
Super is on the key item.
Oh yeah, power bombs are pretty effective on the warrior ring.
Gollop did not scan the dead body in for the cache, so I guess they're gonna do it after the fight. They can actually do it during the fight if they so chose.
Yeah, unfortunately, seekers don't lock on to the in cache, so if you fire it while it's moving, it'll just whiff.
Interslice has not grabbed, or Gollop has not. Neither runner has grabbed Mining Plaza.
I guess there's no rush, as long as they don't
Mm-hmm.
forget it on the way out or something.
Oh, that's a nice grapple beam right there. I didn't realize that. Gollop just noping out of the rest of Dark Aegon, it looks like. Oh, they can check hints now. I see. I see. Yeah, hints are very strong. Um, Gollop has enough items that they just might be in go mode, considering the pseudo boost ball. And it's with I completely lost a train of thought because I noticed Interslice doesn't have Dark Suit, and they just went straight for supers there. Interslice did go and pick
It's
up
fine.
validation, so
They're fine. They got screw
yeah.
attack as well, so it's pretty close to Dark Suit. Actually, it's kind of weird. Dark Zero was trying to figure out like where the coding is for screw attack damage or screw attack uh, damage you take while in screw attack, and he was having trouble finding it. But it takes 2 damage per second from Dark Aether atmosphere, whereas Dark Suit takes 1.2 per second. So it's about like 50% more or something like that. 60% more.
Yep, there's hints for Gollop. Interslice looking like they're gonna stick around and clear out labs first. Final bosses are not included, so you don't need a suit. You just need to get to the Sky Temple Gateway. Sorry.
Which they can certainly do.
Oh yeah. Oh
Well,
yeah.
especially with 4 E-tanks Gollop has plenty of health to get in, get the hints, and get out.
Yeah, but even
Interslice may be cutting it
Interslice,
close.
but it is fully doable even at 2 E-tanks.
Yeah.
Dark Torv's key too. Spooky.
For me, the more E-tanks I have, the more careless I get, and it kind of doesn't matter whether I have 2 or 3 E-tanks. It's basically the same.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be, but it's the same.
Well, here we go. What's the damage on Sky Temple keys? We know one more that they haven't picked up. What was that? Sacrificial chamber? Training chamber.
Hydro Dynamo Station.
Mining plaza. Phazon grounds. Torv's energy controller. Torv's temple. Not Dark Torv's temple, critically. Cache B. Then respond. I think all was just in go mode. If I didn't miss anything.
Okay, that was something. Training chamber, mining plaza, Phazon grounds.
Abandoned work site. That was it. Thank you,
Okay,
Asder.
we were way off.
Just missiles and aim cache too.
Taurus. Okay, energy controller.
Very sad. I had a seed very recently with light beam there.
Was that 5? Yeah, there's 5 keys in 6 keys in Torvis.
Nice. Yeah, Gollop is just straight up in go mode.
Dang.
We did have another required Amorbis. Amorbis had or Mining Plaza had Sky Temple key, which is why the runners did Amorbis. And then Amorbis coincidentally had Dark Beam.
I'm guessing he'll probably get Phazon grounds last. It's pretty much on the way from save warp to get to the Sky Temple gate.
It's a bit. I don't know. I don't think there's a really difference between grabbing it now and
Although they don't have Emerald.
I'm pretty certain at this point Emerald is Profane Path.
So either they would have to wall crawl Great Temple to get through the Emerald Gate, or actually go around through
Band works at Train Chamber.
GFMC first.
Or for what check are you thinking?
To get into Phazon Grounds area, they would need to go through the Sacred Bridge from GFMC.
Well, they can just save warp out.
Yeah, but there's an Emerald Gate in the way.
Oh, well, I mean, they have Screw Attack and Main Power Bomb, so...
Yeah. Just a little out of the way, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So yeah, this would be the... Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, this would be the time to, Oh, nice bonk. But this would be the time to grab that item.
Although, no, there's no way Emerald would be in Torvis. I was thinking maybe they can use supers to get in, but I'm pretty sure supers were light beam locked, which was dark beam locked,
Yeah.
which was emerald locked.
But Profane, I really do think with labs being empty, that I think it does have to be Profane Path.
So for logic, you need to swallow the cat to eat the rat, to eat the spider, to eat the fly.
Oh no. Interslice being very safe with this in cache.
I just kind of wonder, why would you have to swallow more things to eat other things if you yourself already ate it?
It's like it's some kind of Katamari thing. Or as you ingest more, you can ingest bigger things.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of how life works. Like, the more fast food you consume, the more fast food you're able to consume. It's capitalism.
Sure. Gollop does need to get Torvus Temple still. But I don't, for some reason, I was thinking Gollop was about to do the wall crawl to get to Lower Torvus Room, but and for no reason. I don't know why. So fair enough.
So what is it? Training chamber? Yeah, even I wouldn't bother.
Yeah. If Torvus Temple itself wasn't a Sky Temple key, I might. Because that is pretty slow. But if you have to do it for a Sky Temple key, then why bother? It's actually incredibly bad to do the wall crawl then, because you can't get back out of Torvus without warping out.
Exactly. That training chamber would pretty much be my last stop, personally.
Yeah, same.
So you could use training chamber to get through Sync to get to Aegon Wastes, but you might as well. Actually, yeah, you just save warp and then you go to Aegon entrance, which is right where the Sky Temple key is in Aegon.
Yep. That's right, Iliaster.
So I actually rarely actually activate the elevator in Torvus Temple because you always typically backtrack through temple access to get the item and then continue on through the rest of Torvus. But in this
Yeah.
case, you may actually just get the energy controller item and then take the elevator down to lower Torvus. To the
I
elevator.
think it's immaterial at this point. I think either way, you still have to go to a couple extra rooms.
Right, they don't have Emerald. Never mind.
Oh yeah, they also just don't have Emerald. Well, that was easy. I really hope Gollop or Interslice check Profane Path. I want to be validated, personally.
Okay, so what Gollop could do is he could go into temple access and then go out of bounds to go through the upper door to get down to the lower side. Or he could take the super missile door.
Yeah, I think I'll just fire a single super missile. Oh, I forgot Torvus Energy Controller had a Sky Temple key as well. Right. That's why they're coming up here.
So that's 4 keys down for Gollop, just 3 more.
Yep.
Level
Training
16.
Chamber, Mining Plaza, and the last phase on grounds. Don't actually know the best way to route it.
This is shaping up to be the fastest seed of the tournament, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So because they don't have to actually scan all the posts in Hydrodynamo Station, they can just take the Seeker door to get to Training Chamber and come straight back, take the cannon right up to the save station, and then warp out. Or I
Right.
guess
They can do an underwater dash at the door.
no, they wouldn't warp out. I think they would actually take the elevator out and go to Aegon through the side door.
Yeah. No underwater dashes today.
But either way, yeah, this is much easier than routing previous seeds have been.
Oh yeah, for sure. But this is not a kinetic orb cannon, by the way. It looks like one, but it isn't. Ah, Seekers happened, I see. This is one of the worst Seeker locks in the game, by the way.
It's pretty
The
bad.
water really messes with you in this room.
I thought you meant on Interslices. That's some people struggle with that one as well. And you could aim a little bit left to help with that, but it's definitely not a guarantee.
Yeah,
Because
well,
Seeker missiles are called missiles for a reason, as they say. Also, a quirk with Training Chamber is for some reason, if you're at that specific spot, it doesn't let you unmorph. You
The
could almost
camera
on the
doesn't
side of the
know.
ledge. Yeah. I usually roll to the left side. It probably works with the right side, but he's opting to just bomb jump instead.
Getting a screw attack here is finicky sometimes.
Yeah, they're picking up their Sky Temple key here. And moving on up to the Aegon.
Okay. I got this room mixed up with Gathering Hall. Whoops. I thought that was the light door. Wow, I'm silly. That's why I thought they would do an underwater dash to the light door. Because I got Gathering Hall and Training Chamber mixed up. I blame the last seed I commentated where Screw Attack was in a... Rip. But Screw Attack was in a Gathering Hall last seed.
That was Screw Attack in Gathering Hall? Dang.
Yeah. They didn't have Spider. Spider was
I was
in...
half watching.
Oh, where was Spider? Somewhere stupid and irritating.
And welcome, SpeedGaming 2, rating with the party to 27.
Hey, welcome. We are wrapping up, actually. This is one of the fastest seeds of the tournament. Gollop
maybe
just
the
needs...
fastest.
Yeah, just needs Mining Plaza, Sky Temple Key, and Phase on Grounds, and we're done here.
What was the fastest? So 128, I think?
Yeah, that sounds right. Lunchtime. It's currently 10 p.m. on the East Coast. Heck of a lunchtime.
Kinda not sure why Gollop opted to jump up here first.
Why not? Nice pre-cutscene screw attack. For some reason, the game lets you screw attack even if you get interrupted by a cutscene.
It kind of freezes you in midair.
Yeah.
It stops your momentum as well. And it's pretty annoying whenever I'm scanning the portal to, like, Spider Side Vault. Or not Vault. Spider Side Vault. Spider Side Sanctuary.
This route's out really nicely. Well, they do have to go the long way around Temple Grounds, but I really hope Gollop gets Emerald in Profane Path. That would be so good.
Voltuary Spidress.
Spider-Side Vault is the Ice Runes West of this game. Yep, that sounds right. What a nice straightforward seed this ended up being.
With the required Amorbus.
Yeah, even with the required Enormous. Now, this seed could have gone a lot more different. Or,
Sure.
even then, actually, with Morbus locking both Light and Dark Beam, that would have pretty quickly killed progression. They would have been shoved, even if neither runner went into a Morbus, they would have been forced anyways without any beams other than Annihilator. But Annihilator does nothing on its own, pretty much. Yeah, that's what I said. West.
So Gollop is now actually getting
He's
their
go-
logical
Oh yes,
progression,
he's going to
I guess.
validate me. Thank you, Gollop. I appreciate it.
Like, we don't have an actual hint, but we're pretty sure by this point Profane Path has Emerald Translator.
Yeah. Oh. Oh wow. I
So,
hate this check.
so the
These
way
stupid.
locking on works is if you're facing something, it'll just aim against something else entirely.
I hate the power commandos in this room. Okay, he's gonna get it on the way out. Fair enough.
Emerald doesn't unlock anything in their path from here on. Well, actually, it
They don't have
probably
to
is
save warp.
fast. I don't know if it's faster than just taking Grand Wind Chamber path to the Temple Gate.
Yeah, that's fair actually.
I feel like it would be a toss-up. Because I think they already opened the block.
And there it is. Emerald translated for Fane Path.
Yeah.
What a silly place for that. Thank you, Golb, for validating my hunch. Maybe Golb is just going to go for the IGT optimization and take 2 elevators.
Yeah. It's got to be it. It's
We didn't
entirely
have to.
possible Cobalt could be Cobalt locked.
Yeah, I don't think. Did we step into Sanctuary at all? Like, we stepped in for Spider Side, but there was nothing.
Yeah, not really.
Yep, Sanctuary.
Yeah, it seems like the majority of seeds this tournament have been lacking in Sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
There have been some big Sanctuary plays, but
Of course, yeah.
pretty uncommon thus far.
I feel like last tournament had a lot more Sanctuary than what we're seeing so far. Not sure if that's just heresy, or hearsay, my bad. Um, or if that's actually the case.
I know one of my matches was decided by Hive Gyro Chamber.
Ooh, nice.
2 of Bellator's matches, one of them was with me.
Bellator's confirming that last turn he's saying had a lot of things as well. Interslice is at 8 keys, so I think they're also just looking for phase on grounds. Yeah, that looks to be the case. And with
There it
that,
is.
um,
Official
that's
time
time.
in racetime.gg of 109.04. Congratulations to Gollop.
Yep. Golub just said, I feel like you're 2 minutes behind or something. Maybe like 3 or 4, but that is pretty, yeah. Golub doesn't do voice chat, so they'll show up in the SpeedGaming chat soon enough. Interslice is 4 minutes behind SDK hints. Yeah, that's probably where they'll end up too. We can blame at least 30 seconds of that time difference on RNG because no missiles in Temple Assembly site.
Oh, like 5 seconds. It definitely feels like more.
They had to break a lot of crates to get missiles.
5 to 10 seconds, yeah.
15.
Yeah, it was like 3 hours.
7 millennia. Still gonna be a close race with that time difference, though. Interslice will just opt to turn around and go through Sacred Bridge. Or going to warp to start. The other one close match was Kirby Master versus Z Chaotix. 3-minute time difference. Z Chaotix actually died twice and lost a total of 6 minutes. Maybe 5. But it was extremely close. Oh yeah. Cropping messed up, it looks like. Total time, 5. Well, I guess that's world record.
It's especially funny to me because there's an ongoing joke in one of the marathon communities, the speed gamers. Anytime, well, the first time Echoes was played, they were kind of having some trouble, and people kept asking like, "How long until this is over?" And one of the commentators was like, "Just 5 more minutes. Just stay seated. Just keep watching. We got a lot of great content for you. This game will wrap up in 5 more minutes." I think it took like another 2 hours.
That sounds very correct.
Like they didn't ask the player at all. They just decided. That's the way to keep people engaged. It's gonna be a kill screen coming up. You're gonna wanna sit tight. And at the end, they were like, "Wow, I can't believe you beat the game in only 5 minutes."
No, don't open that up. Open this up. Pulling up the schedule for races tomorrow.
Yeah, that was blazingly fast.
Yep. GG Interslice finished at 1:13:19. Let's go ahead and get them in here for an interview. Done.
This was definitely a pretty high level gameplay as well. Like it would take most players like an hour and a half or 2 hours
Yeah.
potentially.
Hello.
Hey, Interslice.
Hey,
GG.
thank you.
That
a fast one.
was, yeah, probably the fastest seed we've seen all tournament.
Yeah, that was a really jet seed.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like that was just really nice keys. Other than the mine plaza this
Yeah,
thing.
I was kind of wondering, do you have any thoughts about the logical progression, at least for getting to a Morbus?
I think that Mine Plaza key is what tipped me off to go do a Morbus right away. Because I thought, oh, I might as well do it now since you have to do them eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a good chance. I don't have Dark Beam, so I don't really want to go into lab. So there's a pretty good chance he'll have Dark Beam.
Yeah, Gollop did the exact same play. You were pretty closely synced up until you went into labs. Gollop got Dark Suit in Storage B.
Okay.
Then immediately went into Battlegrounds, picked up supers and checked hints. You took a little longer to get to super missiles, I think.
Yeah, it sounds
Unfortunately, you went in to get supers without Dark Suit. Just
yeah.
You handled it perfectly fine. It's just, I'm sure may have been in the back of your mind. It would be nice to have a suit there.
Yeah. Cannonball luckily made up for most of that.
Yeah.
hmm Once he got hints, he went different ways. Gollop went directly to back to Mining Plaza to do your last checks from there.
Hmm.
Also, did you pick up Emerald Translator? I wasn't looking.
I did not. I'd like to know what that is.
Profane Path.
So that's kind
That's
of what
bad.
I was alluding to. One of the Aegon Temple keys was was underneath the save station in Great Temple,
Mhm.
and to get that, you need either Emerald Translator or Dark Visor. Dark Visor you did find, but it was locked behind Light Beam, which was locked behind Dark Beam, which was on Amorbus.
Yeah,
So
I
the only
completely forgot about needing emerald for that key. Huh.
Yeah, Gollop
Mhm.
actually figured that out, and at the very end of like after he collected the last Sky Temple key, he went into Profane Path, got Emerald, so he could take the Great Temple path to the Sky Temple Gateway instead.
Yep. It was. That's a pretty goofy location for Emerald, honestly.
Yeah. I forget Profane Path a lot early on in the game.
Yeah, it's a rough one. That's an early game check, and you get Echo since it's so out of the way from where you want to be.
It's
Yeah.
so rare you get Echo, and usually when you do, it's bait. But this time it did lead to logical required Emerald.
Yeah, though at least you could skip it quite easily.
So I guess technically it was sort of bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, but I almost died at the beginning, coming out of Jump Guardian. I was
Oh
really hoping
no.
that I'd drop, and I didn't get it, and I had to run
Yes,
back and
that's
get another one.
right. You had a lot of problems with the drop system this time. Not getting missiles for storage B, storage
Mhm.
cavern B.
Yeah.
That
The second drop at Jump Guardian, I think uh, you might have been at like 21 HP when the blade pod got destroyed, so you only got a blue drop instead of the gold.
Uh,
I was also wondering, I didn't notice, but I don't know if you destroyed any other blade pods beforehand that could potentially drop a, like even a purple will technically put your put the calculation over 20%.
yeah. I didn't think I did, but you never know.
It is only an 80% chance. There are chances. There's a 20% chance it doesn't work out.
Yeah. Probably what happened.
That was like pretty much that was nearly Kirby levels of bad luck with the drops.
well, with that, there's really not a lot to say about this. So
No.
it was pretty nice. I hope the next seed is worse. In the meantime, go follow the runners. They're good peeps, and they play Prime 1 and 2 and sometimes 3 well. Please follow my co-commentator Jagger and the trackers Comzeek and Iliaster, who made this go a lot more smoothly. I guess all follow me if you want. Also follow me if you want to do that for something. I don't know. If you want to get in on the Echoes randomizer or Prime randomizer or even Corruption randomizer action, there's a Discord link right there in the chat. Tomorrow we have 2 more races: Crash Boom Bang versus Bellator at 10 a.m. Eastern, and at noon Eastern, Iliaster versus Dark Zero. Those are going to be fun races. Dark Zero in particular is the Echoes Rando developer, so that's going to be a fun one. In the meantime, we'll be back later.
Night night.
Yeah.